is in Israel. And actually, he is a man of communication. He is the director of the communication center at the Salesian Center in Thailand. And he is also a writer and editors of various journals. And he is also a speaker he has been traveling around Thailand and many places so as to give a lecture on various topics, and actually he is the right person actually to talk to you on this topic today. So please give him a big welcome.
Good morning, all of you. Today, the topic we are going to talk is something that I think all of you know. It seems very natural to start to love somebody. So it's a kind of human nature that we have this faculty. We are born out of love. Our father, our mother love each other. Then we are living for love, aiming to love someone, to be loved. And then at the end of our life, we are aiming to love more perfectly. So I think that maybe for you, love is something very natural. But I would like to correct immediately that even though love is an aspect of human natural, something nature of human nature, but to love is not so natural. It doesn't come naturally, but you have to learn how to love. For some people, they say love is so simple, just like somebody, and then start to have a more deep, strong, serious feeling towards that body, and then this love is already started. But right now we are going to see how philosophically look at the word love in human being. So before going to the philosophical concept of love, I would like to have a kind of definition from the dictionary. What is love? Strong affection. Love is a strong affection for another, arising out of kinship or personal ties. So this is the definition of, according to dictionary, strong affection. So when you start to like somebody, it's not already love, it's only liking. You like somebody. But when you start to love somebody, it becomes a strong affection. This feeling comes from attraction based on sexual desire, affection and tenderness felt by lovers. So when you love somebody, you start to have this feeling, affection and tenderness. These two feelings are nurturing the love, make it develop and then reach to the perfect state of love. Affections based on admiration. So this is the beginning of love. You admire somebody. Start with admiration. Maybe benevolence, or maybe it starts with common interest. But love, true love, must start with unselfish, loyal, and benevolent concern for the good of another. This is already the state of love. Loyal, unselfish, loyal, benevolent, for the good of others. Otherwise, it will be a kind of feeling of selfishness. You love somebody because that person gives you some satisfaction. That is not love. Love is something you are giving. So we can speak at the very beginning that love is a gift. It should not be bought. It should not be bargained. It is not business. When you reduce love into the level of bargain or business, love disappears from the very beginning, because love is a gift, free gift. From here we can ask, maybe in the question also, you have in your hands this question. Is this phrase, love at the first sight, is true? Do you believe in love at first sight? I think that some of you agree that, like the people in Thai, they say, when you see some people and then you have this feeling, you like him, you like her, and then immediately the process of loving started. In Thailand, we used to say, you ping somebody. So when you see somebody, you say, ping, I ping him, I ping her, means that it's really love at first sight. But philosophically, we have to say that love at first sight doesn't exist. Why you say that? As soon as I see you, immediately I fall in love with you. This is love at first sight or no? According to the philosophical concept of love, love never starts at the first sight. Because, as a matter of fact, you love somebody, the one you want to love, already inside yourself. You have the concept of the people you love. You have your own specification of the people you love. So on the time you are living that person inside yourself, then at a certain day, you see that person in body just standing up you, in front of you, then your love become materialized. That is, that person exists there. But before that, that person exists already inside yourself. You love that person long time ago. Then one day you meet him, you meet her. Then the love continues, not starts, continues to go on. Because it's a long process of love inside yourself, inside your life. So, according to the philosophical concept of love, love at first sight is not true. But you have to see the process, how it begins, how it keeps on going, and then at a certain moment you find the ideal person, you fall in love at him, at her long time ago. Then he just stands in front of you. We say that maybe love is something natural, but to love somebody is not natural. You have to learn. So according to this psychologist, Erich Fromm, he's very famous about one book he has written long time ago. The book is the title of the book is love is an art. Love is an art. So Eric Fromm starts his book with this question: is love an art? If it is an art, then it requires knowledge and effort. You learn some art, you have to know, you have to make effort in order to master that art. So also with love, because love doesn't come naturally, you have to learn how to love. Then love can be compared to an art. In order to master an art, you have to learn. So Eric Fromm says that, if you don't use your knowledge and effort, love becomes only a pleasant sensation, which to experiences is a matter of chance, something one falls into if one is lucky. According to Eric Fromm, love is an art, and in order to know, to master an art, you have to learn. Not that people think that love is not important. I think that everybody is agreeing this. Love is very important. Somebody is ready to sacrifice his life for love. So love is really a supreme reality of human being. Eric Fromm says that they are starved for it. Yet hardly anyone thinks that there is anything that needs to be learned about love. This is a problem. When people say that everybody knows how to love, there is no need to learn, then there is a disaster because you don't know how to love. Most people see the problem of love primarily as that of being loved rather than of loving. One's capacity to love. This is the problem of love, because usually people seek only to be loved, not to love. When you start to seek how to be loved, then all the questions come, all the problems come. There is selfishness. There is a kind of bargain. There is a kind of business around. I will love you if you. I will love if. So this is not a real love. It's a bargain. It's a business. Hence the problem to them is how to be loved, how to be lovable. So we start with this. People misunderstand. Instead of seeing love as a faculty to love somebody, people just find a way how to be loved. Let all the people love him. So when you start with how to be loved, many of the ways to make oneself lovable are the same as those used to make oneself successful, to win friends and influence people. So this is the basic you use in order to get love. As a matter of fact, what most people in our culture means being lovable is essentially a mixture between being popular and having sex appeal. So if you want someone to love you, you have to do this. You have to be popular. You have to be sexy in order to get love from somebody. In pursuing this aim, they follow several paths. For men, is to be successful. If you want to be loved, you have to be successful. To be as powerful and rich as the social margin of one's position permits. So, if you start with this standing point, try to get love of the people, so you have the way. You try your most in order to be successful, in order to be powerful, in order to be rich, thinking that this will make you be loved by all people. And for women, in order to get some love of somebody, maybe they just make themselves attractive by cultivating one's body, dress, and so on. So this is two ways. Men powerful, rich, women is a beauty. Other ways of making oneself attractive, used by both men and women, are to develop pleasant manners, interesting conversation, to be helpful, modest, inoffensive. This is a character. So if you want to be loved, you have to behave in such a way that people feel some attraction to you, feel compassion towards you. So you see that people, men and women, try their best in order to be loved in different ways. And Dick Fromm said that in order to love properly, rightly, because love is an art, you have to learn. But you have to make a distinction. The problem of love is problem of an object, not the problem of faculty. Faculty is the faculty you use in order to love someone. But usually people will look at the object of love. So many times they have the different way in order to win that object, to get that object, instead of develop their faculty to love. People think that to love is simple, but that to find the right object to love or to be loved by is difficult. So they devote themselves in finding object of love instead of developing their faculty of love. So as we look today, our whole culture is based on the appetite for buying. There are so many stores, shopping centers. Even though you have so many things to buy, or you have already brought, but you still have many things that you are looking for. So modern society is a society of buying. Modern man's happiness consists in the thrill of looking at the shop windows and in buying all that he can afford. This is his happiness. You buy more, you are more happy. You buy more, you are more powerful. You buy more, you are more rich, and so on. So, in this trend of society, people used to look at people in a similar way. That is, look people as an object of love that you can buy, you can bargain, you can use money in order to buy people. This is the defect of the modern society. So when someone needs to buy an object, he has to pay, he has to make a kind of exchange, a kind of bargain. In a similar way, when people treat each other as love people, they usually do the same way. For men, they are looking for an attractive girl. For women, an attractive man are the prize they are looking for. So when you see an attractive woman, men will try their best in order to conquer that attractive woman. This is kind of buying, selling. Attractive usually means a nice package of qualities which are popular and sought after on the personality market. So when you look love as an object of love, then there is a market for love. Two persons thus fall in love when they feel they have found the best object available in the market, on the market, considering the limitations of their exchange values. Often, as in buying real estate, the hidden potentialities which can be developed play a considerable role in the bargain. There is another problem in love when you don't look at love as an art. That is, the assumption that there is nothing to be learned about love lies in the confusion between initial experience of falling in love and the permanent state of being in love. Falling in love, you can fall in love so many times. But being in love, you have only one. If you love some people really. So we might say that standing in love is something very different from falling in love. People usually just have this kind of quickly feeling of falling in love, but to stay in love is another thing. You have to learn. You have to make effort in order to standing in love. If you don't have this standpoint, standing in love, then the miracle of sudden intimacy is often facilitated if it is combined with or initiated by sexual attraction and consummation. This is falling in love. And then after falling in love, there is another word comes to make love. So, sexual attraction and consummation. However, this type of falling in love, by its very nature, not lasting. You have to change very often. You have to change people you fall in love so many in order to have someone to stand in love with you. So this attitude has continued to be the prevalent idea about love in spite of the overwhelming evidence of the contrary. People still keep repeating that love is something very simple. It is natural. You can love easily, but as reality is not so. There is hardly any activity, any enterprise which is started with such tremendous hopes and expectations, and yet which fails so regularly as love. So we see that some people are broken-hearted because they think that love is very simple. They have no need to learn. They have no need to make effort. So, in this case, how and what to do? If love is an art, the first step to take is to become aware that love is an art. You have to be aware that just as living is an art, living is not so simple, so easy. but you have to learn to live. If we want to learn how to love, we must proceed in the same way we have to proceed if we want to learn any other art. This is Eric Fromm. You have to learn as any art, such as music, painting, carpentry, or the art of medicine or engineering. Love is an art, so I have to learn. Now the process of learning how to love is divided into two processes. The first process is the mastery of the theory. So you have to know what is really love, the theory of love, a real theory of love. In Greek, they used to say love composed three kinds of love. That is eros, then caritas, and then a kind of fraternal banquet, agape. So this is a theory of love. You have to know the theory of love because each theory will specify what really love and how you have to deal with this kind of love, this kind of feeling. So not only know the theory of love, you have the mastery of practice. So love doesn't come naturally. You have to practice. You cannot play a piano. When you see a piano standing there, you start playing. No, you have to practice in order to get a very good song, very good music out of your piano. If I want to learn the art of medicine, I must first know the facts about the human body and about various diseases. This is theory. When I have on this theoretical knowledge, I am by no means competent in the art of medicine. Even I know all the medicines, I am not already doctor. I have to practice. So theory and practice has to go hand in hand. Otherwise, so also the same with love. You know the theory of love and then you learn how to love, really love, then the two faculties will help you to get a real love. This is also important for Eric Fromm. Not only you learn theory and then you put into practice, but there is another one. The priority of the learning an art. That is, aside from learning the theory and practice, there is a third factor necessary to become a master in any art. Namely, the master of the art must be a matter of ultimate concern. So all the time, you have this art, all the time, you talk, you think, you dream about music in order to be musician. So it must be a matter of ultimate concern. There must be nothing else in the world more important than the art. There is nothing else in the world more important than love. Then you will start to love. This holds true for music, medicine, or carpentry, and for love. So this is love according to the viewpoint of Eric Fromm. If you don't learn, if you don't study, if you don't practice and love, you can love as you should love, then there is a kind of affectionate immaturity. You can see it very simply. everywhere. When people don't have affection and maturity, then love for them becomes a kind of feeling, a kind of body touching, a kind of satisfaction, a kind of getting satisfaction from somebody. That is not love. It's an immaturity of love. You can see these two sentences in order to see whether your love is mature, affectionately matured. Immature love says, I love you because I need you. So love, your love starts from the need. You need someone to fill you up. You are lonely, so you need someone to be your friend. You need some love, so you need someone to fill up your love. This is immature love. I love you because I need you. But mature love says, I need you because I love you. Since I love you, I need you. There's a kind of playing words. But in reality, if you just look inside the meaning, you can see that there is a very big difference between these two sentences. I love you because I need you. And I need you because I love you. There is a complete difference inside these two sentences. I said at the very beginning that love is free. If there is freedom, there is love. If there is no freedom, there is no love at all. So love must be free. It's a pity that people nowadays, when they start to love each other, they would process. You are mine, I am yours. This is not very free because it's a kind of possession. Love becomes an object because you possess an object, but you never possess a person because a person is greater than any object you can possess. So in your love, you have to let your love free. Free love, what does it mean, free love? You can love me or you don't love me. It depends on you. This is a free love. Otherwise, there is a kind of no freedom at all. You have to love me, otherwise. Sometimes it happens when two people, they start to love each other. And at a certain moment, the girl or the boy just say, no, we cannot go on like this. So we have to split. I have another one. I am interested in another one. You can look for another one. Then there is a drama. Sometimes they even kill each other for this. It means that love is not free. Sometimes when the girl start to have a affectionate relation with another, then the man or the boy will go there and then try to get rid of her, saying, if I don't have you, nobody will have. This is not free. This is a selfishness. It's not love. It's a possession. So love, possession, selfishness, there is a very much distance between these words. So if you say that love is free, you have to say this word, this sentence. If you love something, someone, set it free. If you love a girl, set her free, because love is free. If it returns to you, it is yours. When you set her free, then she keeps coming back, then she is yours in your love. If it doesn't, it never was. It never was. There is a lack of the word was. So, if you set some people free, and then they just keep coming to you, then is it your love? But if you set a person free, he doesn't come back anymore, she doesn't come back anymore, it means that she never was yours. Love is free. Now, after mentioning the book of Enric Fromm, The Art of Loving, I would like to introduce another book, very recently published, The 5 Love Languages. This is of Dr. Carrie Chapman. It's very interesting. There's a very details about how to love, how to express, how to say that you love. When you love somebody, how to express, how to speak out. There is a way. The language doesn't belong to the words, but these languages belong to your whole being. You talk with your whole being, not talk with only your mouth, with your whole being. So we can see that the first language is words of affirmation. Affirmation. That is, action don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. Hearing the words, I love you, are important. Hearing the reasons behind the love sends your spirits skyward. So not only the word, the reason behind what you are saying. Contrary, the insults can leave you shattered and are not easily forgotten. So the first language of love is word of affirmation. You have to say to the one you love that, I really proud of you. I am sure I have the right person. I love the right person. This, you are my soul, my twin soul.